A long, long time ago, there was a garden so perfect. It was like paradise. It was called the Garden of Eden. And in this garden, there lived a man named Adam and a woman named Eve. God had created them to live in this beautiful place where everything was peaceful and good. In the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve had everything they could ever want. They were free to enjoy all the trees, the fruits, and the animals around them. And the best part? They had a special relationship with God. Every day, He would walk and talk with them in the garden. But there was one thing God asked of them. In the middle of the garden, there was a tree, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. God told Adam and Eve, "You can enjoy everything here, but don't eat the fruit from this tree. If you do, you'll know things you weren't meant to know, and it will change everything." One day, a sneaky serpent came up to Eve. The serpent was clever and tricky. "Did God really say you can't eat from this tree?" the serpent asked. Eve replied, "We can eat the fruit from all the other trees, but not this one." The serpent smiled and said, "Oh, that's not true. If you eat this fruit, you won't die. In fact, you'll become just like God, knowing good and evil. Don't you want to be like God?" Eve thought about it for a moment. The fruit looked delicious, and the idea of becoming wise like God seemed tempting. So, she ate the fruit. And then, she gave some to Adam, and he ate it too. But as soon as they ate the fruit, something changed. They suddenly realized they were naked, and they felt ashamed. So they tried to hide from each other and from God. That evening, God came to walk with them like He always did. But this time, Adam and Eve hid. They were afraid. "Where are you?" God called out. Adam said, "I heard you in the garden and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." God knew what had happened. He asked, "Did you eat from the tree I told you not to?" Adam blamed Eve, and Eve blamed the serpent. But deep down, they both knew they had disobeyed God. Because they disobeyed, there were consequences. God told Adam and Eve they would have to leave the Garden of Eden. Life outside the garden would be much harder. They would have to work hard to grow food, and they would feel pain and struggle. As they left the garden, Adam and Eve realized the importance of the choice they had made. They had wanted to be wise like God, but they learned that trusting and obeying Him was the key to true peace and happiness. Even though they had made a mistake, God still loved Adam and Eve. And while their lives would change, God promised that one day, someone would come to fix what had gone wrong. The story of Adam and Eve reminds us that choices matter. When we listen to God, we find peace and joy. But when we choose to go our own way, there can be consequences. And no matter what, God is always there, ready to guide us back to Him.